Bandai Namco sent me a code for Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. They wanted me to review this for you guys, and I would happily take a new Ace Combat code. Are you kidding me? I've been reviewing Ace Combat games, well, since the beginning of EP. I can remember the first PlayStation 1 game coming out and blowing mine and Tommy's mind.
Come on down, man.
Oh. Ace Combat 2 has got to be one of the best flying games I've ever played.
I have been enjoying this series for a long time. I am a big fan of air combat experiences. Not so much flight sim experiences. I like air combat. You know, I like space combat games. I dig that whole genre, and I feel like it's completely underpopulated, and there's lots of room to explore this genre. I'm looking at you, Star Wars. Anyways, I was happy to get Ace Combat 7 in my hot little hands and to jump into the cockpit of these different planes and to watch this very elaborate story that unfolds through these very beautiful cut sequences.
I was ready to break the sound barrier.
I don't know quite everything that's going on, but we see the daughter and granddaughter of famed pilots in her family learn how to be an awesome mechanic and become a pilot in her own right. And then we also are in the cockpit of a fellow named Trigger who accidentally... I'm not going to spoil that. Anyways, the story was kind of all over the map, which is kind of what you expect out of Ace Combat games, but I thought it was really beautifully told. It was riveting stuff. It was cool to watch, even if sometimes it made you smirk a little bit. Maybe some of the things were just a little too indulgent or a little silly, but still super fun and super cool.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
If you've never dug that kind of thing, I don't know if this is going to be the game that's going to do it for you, but I can tell you that the pedigree is in full force. The visuals are fantastic, the sense of speed, the fidelity of all of the environments that you're going to be flashing across. Gorgeous. Flying through cities, flying through the clouds, getting all the rain effects, all of the lighting effects. I mean, there are times when you're like sort of squinting as you're playing the game because the sun's too bright in your eyes. Just incredible. And, you know, all of the heads-up display stuff that they have in there, the different camera modes that you have, awesome replay modes as well. You also go on different types of missions, escort missions, of course. You got to take out air, sea, and ground vehicles. There's installations to blow up, bridges to blow up. There are missions where you have a set number of points that you have to get before the timer runs out, which means blast as many things as you can. Easier said than done, because hot on your tail are drones, and the drones are the major nemesis in this game, as all the pilots want to tell you. They are always saying, man, I can't believe we're being replaced by robots, and oh my god, these drones, they're not really flying. You know, it's funny because they're so pervasive in our everyday world, but in the fiction of Ace Combat 7, the drones are the real enemy, and the pilots just can't handle it, and it's hammered over and over again.
It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Of course, this also moves into the realm of a little bit of fantasy, so we've got some massive mega ships, and they can shoot out a bunch of little drones out of them, so there's a little bit of a sci-fi tinge to this. There's even a space elevator, which is super cool.
Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
You know, blasting the enemy out of the sky never gets old, but there's a number of different ways to do it. And of course, you can outfit your planes in the aircraft tree. Not only can you purchase new aircraft that you can test out and fly around in and do the missions in, but you can also augment those aircraft, give them faster mechanics or better propulsion or better tails or something like that so they can turn on a dime a little bit quicker. But you can also equip them with all kinds of different missile types, some that are better for air-to-air combat, some for air-to-surface, some to air-to-sea. And so there's a lot of customization, but it's fun when you can mix up your play style using all of these weapons, you know, and find a way to take out tanks with your machine guns, or just use your machine guns on some of the MiGs that are flying around super fast and they're zipping all over the place, but somehow you can just get a beat on them and you just feel like such a badass. And so you've got the campaign mode, and of course you've got a multiplayer mode, which is huge and super cool, and I got online, and again, you feel like such a champion when you take out some of the opponents out there. It still looks absolutely beautiful. I didn't really notice any lag or any issues with the internet when I was playing, but the aircraft maneuverability of these high-speed jets wasn't as joyous and fun as playing some of the dogfighting stuff in Crimson Skies or Eve Valkyrie or even Star Wars Battlefront 2, you know? They're going so fast, and there's so much about forward speed that sometimes it just feels like, oh my god, it's taken me forever to find these guys. But you do, and when you do, and you take them out, you feel awesome. And you'll also notice when you're playing in multiplayer that the scores aren't through the roof. It's not like people are getting 50 kills and somebody's got 2 kills. It takes a while to find people and blast them out of the sky. Everybody's loaded to bear with great missiles. Super fun mode.
Combat time's up. Be Congratulations. You guys won.
Of course, I checked out the PSVR version of Ace Combat 7, and I'm happy to report that it's breathtaking. It's absolutely incredible. It's blisteringly fast. You launch off of an aircraft carrier, and you can feel your eyes go, whoo! It's like that scene in Moonraker where Roger Moore's face is flapping. It feels like that. It's like, oh my God, I'm flying! And you're like looking out over the thing. And one thing that you notice, I mean, you know when you watch Top Gun and you see Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards, and they're all looking around, and where are they? They're all That's what you're doing in VR. You're never just looking forward because the enemy is never forward. They're always up there or over there, and it's insane. So you're flying, but you're looking everywhere. And yes, I could see how that could make people feel sick because the movement is fast and you're looking in all kinds of different directions. So I've heard that some people are having upset stomachs. I had no issues. I had a huge smile on my face and I totally loved it. And the second mission, you get 5 missions, which isn't enough, but it's a nice addition and it totally ups the value of this game and just makes this, I don't know, to me, this is irrefutable. This is something that I would race towards to pick up for my PlayStation 4. I absolutely love this game. Even when you beat the campaign and you beat the missions in VR mode, you're still going to want to go back and play the free roam missions. You're still going to chase those targets, and you're definitely going to be playing a lot of multiplayer. This is just an awesome pickup. I'm going to give Ace Combat 7 a 9 out of 10.